Hey guys, we're going to talk about the Eye X6. Now, if you follow the world of budget flashlights, the Eye brand is actually a very well respected brand. They make very good quality, simple flashlights that are very affordable. And this one here is absolutely no different. Now, you can get this thing, I think, for around 25 bucks. Of course, that price is going to change over time, and I'll put a link to Gearbest.com. They sent one of these to me for review, and I actually bought one of my own. I'm actually going to build it into a kind of a hot rod triplet. I got the parts on order, and I'll let you guys see it when I'm done. But it makes a really good host for building, you know, really kind of exotic flashlights out of this thing, because it has such a good amount of material in the head, so it has very good dissipation when it comes to heat, and it's just a very good, simple, quality construction of a flashlight. Now, this is a very simple light, as I mentioned. It's got 4 modes, and I measured them as being a 20 lumen, 150 lumen, 700 lumen, and 1250 lumen. Now, I got a really good runtime out of this thing, too. For being 1250 lumen, I ended up getting, you know, I mean, not only that, but it's a very bright light. So it's got the Xpl-hi emitter, which is a de-domed XPL, which gives it a very good throw. You know, it's a really good kind of searchlight type of flashlight. It puts out a very narrow beam, and it has a really good, nice, smooth reflector on this thing. You can see that XPL there on the bottom with no dome. So this thing is really, it really throws light, and it's very intense, close range when you're trying to measure it. But literally, I ended up running this thing for 120 minutes. And I shut it off because the light got too dim, as opposed to actually shutting off. Now, after it held about half of its light until about 80 minutes. So about an hour and 20 minutes, it was still running at 50%. And then when you hit 100, it was down to about 30%, and then it dimmed pretty quick after that. So this light is not as regulated as a lot of the lights. Some of them have a very even output for the entire duration. This thing tends to blast really hot and then wind down slowly, which is good, because if you're using unprotected batteries, you'll know as it gets dimmer that the batteries are wearing. It won't be a complete and total surprise to you. Now, this thing is very simple. As I mentioned, it's got the pocket clip. Really not a very pocketable light, so you may just want to chuck that. It's removable. It's got a reverse clicky in the tail cap, which means you have to turn the light on and then half click in order to change modes. It does tail stand, but it's a little bit wobbly, but it can do it, so if you want to use it like a candle. We'll turn this on real quick. As I said, you got to turn it on, and it's going to start out in your low mode. Then a half click will cycle through your modes. And you have 4. And the only thing you have to be careful with the user interface is if you do it too quick, you'll get the strobe. It has a very high-speed strobe. So when you're going through the modes, you kind of purposefully take your time, because if you go through them, try and go through them quick, you can accidentally turn that strobe on, as you saw there. So we'll turn that off so we don't blind you guys and make you yak. This light has very good heat dissipation. You can run this thing on full blast for a very long time, and it won't get too hot to handle. You can see it has these really good cooling fins, some good knurling on it. Overall, this thing holds heat very well. This is a great light for long-term use. If you're the kind of guy maybe who might have to use a flashlight for extended periods of time, 20-30 minutes, this is a really good choice. Plus, it's really very built very well. And I think the reason why this light is so inexpensive is, number one, is Eye just builds very simple utilitarian lights. You can see there's no frills at all. It's just literally a tube, some springs, you know, your electronic driver, which is a very simple driver, an LED, which is the Xpl-hi. Those are like $6, guys. They're not that expensive. You know, simple aluminum reflector, simple glass. Everything's very simple. Nothing's fancy. No fancy charging ports. Nothing like that. Simple, easy. You know, something you can even give to a beginner, and they'll probably be very happy with it. So we're going to go show you some outside shots with this thing, because it is a really good throw over light. So don't mind we make our way to the window. Hopefully maybe we're lucky, and there's some animals out there today. So there's your focus here. Zoom out. You can see the beam is very tight hot spot with a very nice well-defined spill. This has a very good well-focused beam. Really a great job with the reflector and all that. You probably won't be able to see the greatest because this stuff doesn't show up the best on camera, but you can see that tree there. That is over 50 yards away. There is my wood stove, or I'm sorry, that, and that's not even the high. Here's your low. You can see it just kind of shows up. Boom, boom, boom. Go back 2, 3, 4. You can see it's a very, very nice beam out of this thing. Very bright. See my raised bed gardens over there. If you can see up in those trees. But really a very, very bright and good light with a very well defined beam for the money. So really cool. So yeah, I like it. A little raised bed. No rabbits in it. Awesome. So hope you guys enjoyed.